Hey y'all, welcome back. This is Trey, TreyMixes.com, and we're going to continue our series on Logic drummer tracks. And we're going to jump right into a feature that we didn't talk about last time and how to do some basic edits and changes that you may not can get taken care of with the control panel. So let's dive right in. And you'll see here I've got my, I've made two regions with my drummer track, separate controls for each. Let's have a look-see. One set of settings and another set of settings. What's important here to note is that on these drummer tracks, I've toggled this feature for follow on the kick and snare. So we'll solo this, and you can see what I'm talking about. We just have a kick and a snare pattern. Predetermined. So that may or may not ever work with the rest of the music you're trying to write. So to make sure that your bass and your drums are tight and locked in together, Logic was smart and included this feature called follow, and we'll hit follow, and you can click your track you would like it to follow. If you just want it to follow an acoustic or keyboards or something, that's great. But I wrote out this MIDI bass part. I've got a kind of a verse part and a chorus part, and we'll listen through, and you'll see the difference that in tightness that it makes to tell it to follow a pre-written track versus to just come up with its own groove and hope that it works. So see, that's probably a lot more effective than a default beat like this. So let's change it so it actually changes. Still on time, but not as tight as telling it to follow what we've already written for ourselves. One more time. Okay, so we've covered kind of the power of what the follow tool can do for your drummer tracks, but let's say you've got a section that doesn't quite do what maybe you want it to do, but you don't want to rewrite the entire groove. You just want to edit the drummer track parts, but you can't really just edit them hit for hit inside the drummer track itself, so we have to do something else. What we can do is to edit these, we're going to create a new MIDI instrument track. And here, we're going to select the same kit if we like the sound. So we've got our heavy kit up there. So we're going to go ahead and create the identical instrument. And there's a few ways you can do this. You can right-click and export as a MIDI file. And then it'll just, wherever you choose to export it to, you'll have a MIDI file that you can drag in and edit each hit you would like. Or we'll try it a different way. Let's see, let's take this fill at the end of this section. So let's take our marquee tool, you select it up here, and this guy's a powerful tool, but we're going to use him to select this last measure, and just copy that measure right down. And we should have, if it works correctly, an identical copy of our drummer track, but now in MIDI form, so we can edit it out. Okay. Yep, there's our copy of our fill. So let's say we want to write something more appropriate to, let's say, go with our bass track. So, put another kick there. Slide that over. rid of those symbols. Start lining our guys up. All right, now we should have something that's tight with the bass. And the real drummer may not play that. We'll put out a crash here. And different one there. See how this sounds. And maybe a drummer wouldn't play that either. But you have the freedom to edit something that was created in the drummer track, and now you can edit and change it how you wish to fit with your other tracks. So now we have a few options of what we can do with this. If we prefer our fill, let's take our marquee tool again. We'll select that measure. This is going to alter the previous section somewhat, but maybe you're okay with that. Maybe you can live with it. Let's mute just this section so we don't get rid of it. And now let's listen to it from the previous groove that is still set to follow. We're going to set to follow our bass and snare again. Don't let it change on you. And see what we have now with our new fill. If you like that. If you have decided that you don't like the fills at the end of this leading into our new fill, you can alter this measure by changing the fill. Or if you like this and don't wish to change that, let's cut right here. And you can change these fills again to turn fills off in this section. So see, there you go. I've changed that and edited that. Or as an alternative to doing this, get rid of this. If you want to make sure you keep every aspect of what it is that you've got so far and you don't want to see the tiny changes, let's put another big fill in here like this. All right. And we'll just copy the entire section just like it is. You can get rid of that guy entirely. Now you have the freedom to copy and use the entirety of this set of measures. And you can still edit and change your fills or how you wish, but now you don't have to worry about sometimes when you cut, when you copy and shift, depending on the length of the drummer tracks, it may edit and change some of the fills, which usually a lot of people don't worry too much about it. Some people do. Some people produce it in such a way that they want to control every aspect of those fills or the grooves. Well, this is how you can do it. You can have drummer generate something that's very close to what you want or maybe looking for with the follow technique. Then you can take the entire track, the entire sections, or even part of it, drag to a MIDI file, a MIDI track of the exact same drum kit, and begin your editing process that way, probably saving you a lot of time if this is how you like to work. I definitely would probably put another kick in here somewhere. Don't want to lose that rhythm. Probably same up here. Put another one here. Maybe here. Very cool. So that's some simple editing, some tips and tricks on how you may want to turn your drummer tracks into something you can edit and play with. We're going to get more into detail with mixing with drummer tracks on the next episode. So that's all for now. Head over to TreyMixes.com, get your free ebook, like and subscribe. And if you found any instructional value in any of this, leave a comment, let me know. Let me know if there's any other videos and topics that you would like to see. Thanks very much. You guys are awesome. Happy producing and mixing.